Hello students, we are still on gradients. Now let's consider this question. Draw the graph of y equals 3x minus 2. B. Find the gradient of the line. Before we can draw the graph of this, we must first of all get the table of value. So if we are having the tables of value of x and y, so I can pick when x is minus 2 to plus 2, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1 and 2. So you want to look for the corresponding value of y when x is this value. So that means, and you are given y equals 3x minus 2. So you'll be substituting one after the other into the formula, the values of x, then to get the corresponding value for y. So that means you now have your y will be equal to 3 into bracket. When x is minus 2, what will be y? 3 times minus 2 minus 2 is equal to 3 times minus 2 is what? Minus 6 minus 2. Minus 6 minus 2 will give us minus 8. Then when x is what? Minus y, minus 1, let's substitute into the value. When x is minus 1, so your y will now be equal to 3 into bracket minus 1. In place of x, put minus 1 minus 2. Should be equal to 3 times minus 1 is minus 3 minus 2. Minus 3 minus 2 is minus 5. Substitute. When x is 0, what will be the value for y? In place of x, put 0. So 3 times 0 minus 2. 3 times 0 will give us 0 minus 2. 0 minus 2 will be what? Minus 2. So when x is 1, what will be the value for y? Then that means you now have 3 times 1 minus 2. 3 times 1 will give us 3 minus 2. 3 minus 2 will give us 1. When x is equal to 2, what will be the value for y? 3 times 2 minus 2. 3 times 2 will give us 6 minus 2. 6 minus 2 will give us 4. So from this table, we are now going to plot the graph. So to plot the graph, so this is my graph. Now I've used on the x-axis 2 centimeter to represent 1 unit, and on the y-axis 1 centimeter to represent 1 unit. So when x is what? Minus 2. When x is what? Minus 2 here, y is minus 8. When s is minus 2, y is minus 8. Both of them meet at this point. When x is minus 1, y is plus 5. Then when x is what? 0, s is 0 on this line, y is for minus 2 here. When x is plus 1, y is 1. Then when x is 2, y is 2. So you realize it forms a straight line. Now, you are told to look for the gradient of this particular line. So what you have to do, you are going to pick 2 coordinates on this line. So I'm picking these coordinates and these coordinates. This coordinate and this coordinate. So I will get the value for x and y of this coordinate. The value for x at this coordinate is what? So the coordinate I'm picking. So now I'm picking this coordinate and this coordinate. You use it to form a right angle triangle. So form a right angle triangle like this to this line. So so that it will pick the beginning and the end of the coordinate you have picked. So you form a right angle. So this form a right angle on this line. So that means you show these 2 coordinates. Now at these coordinates, you are having what? X is what? Plus 2, and y is what? Plus 4. So you pick it. This coordinate, x is what? Plus 2, y is 4. Then at this coordinate, x is what? Minus 1, and y is minus 5. X is minus 1 at this coordinate, y is minus 5. So the 2 coordinates I'm picking on this line are 2, 4 and minus 1, 5. So this is what I want to be able to look for the gradient. I will now substitute into the formula for the gradient. The formula for the gradient says that m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So this is the first coordinate, this is the second coordinate. So 2 will be my what? X1, 4 is my y1. Then minus 1 is my x2, minus 5 is my y2. So I'm now going to substitute into this formula. So y2 minus y2 is 4 minus 5 minus y1 is 4 over x2 is minus 1 minus x1 is what? X1 is 2. So that means minus 5 minus 4 will give me minus 9 over minus 1 minus 2 will give me minus 3. Minus 5 minus divided by minus 3. Minus 9 divided by minus 3 will give me what? 3. So the gradient of the line will be 3. Now, number 2. Draw the graph of the line represented by y equals 5 minus 4x over 2. So, and B, find the gradient of the line. Before you can find the gradient of the line, so it means that you must first of all draw the table of value. You must first of all draw the line. And so, write the table of value, then you draw the graph. So, first of all, you are having y equals 5 minus 4x over 2. So I'm going to pick some values for x when x is minus 2, 0 and plus 2. So when x is minus 2, 0 and plus 2. So I will now substitute into the formula y equals 5 minus 4x over 2. So that means when x is minus 2, what will be the value for y? So that means you're having 5 minus 4 into when x is minus 2, substitute here, minus 2 over 2. So you're having 5 minus 4 times minus 2, minus times minus is what? Plus. 4 times 2 is 8 over 2. 5 plus 2 will give us 13 over 2. 13 divided by 2 is what? 6.5. Then when x is what? When x is what? 0, I'm going to substitute into the same equation. So that means we're having 5 minus 4 times 0 over 2. So 4 times 0 is 0 over 2. 4 minus 0 is what? 5 minus 0 is 5 over 2. 5 divided by 2 is what? 2.5. Then when x is what? 2, what will be the value for y? So that means we'll be having 5 minus 4 times 2 over 2. So 5 minus 4 times 2 is what? 8 over 2. 5 minus 8 will give us minus 3 over 2. Minus 3 divided by 2 will give us what? Minus 1.5. Now, you are going to plot the graph. So that means when x is minus 2, y is 6.5. When x is 0, y is 2.5. And when x is 2, y is minus 1.5. So you are going to plot your graph. So you plot your graph. This is the graph. So I'm using 2 centimeter for 1 unit on the x-axis and 2 centimeter for 1 unit on the y-axis. So when x is minus 2, x is minus 2 here, y is 6.5. So 6.5 is in between 6 and 7. So both of them are meeting here. So when x is 0, y is 2.5. When x is 0, y is 2.5. The two will meet here. Then when x is 2, when x is 2 here, y is minus 1.5. Minus 1.5 is here. So that means you are having this 2 and minus 1.5. So you realize that the two form a straight line. The two form so you realize it all, use it to form a straight line. Please always remember, whenever you draw a graph, always write the line or the equation you are writing on it. So this is a graph for y equals 5 minus 4x over 2. 5 minus 4x over 2. Now, we've been able to draw the graph. So you want to what? You want to do the gradient of the graph. to do the gradient of the graph, so you pick 2 points on this line. So you draw from this. I'm picking from this point, so to this point. I will now draw a right angle triangle. So from this point, you now pick your ruler. You make sure it forms a right angle triangle. So this like this till it touches this line. So at this point, I realize that the value for my x here is what? Minus 1.5, and the value for my y here is what? 5.5. Then at this point, the value for my x here is what? 1, and the value for my y here is what? 0.5. So those are the two coordinates I'm picking. So I'm picking this coordinate and this. When x is minus 1.5, y is 5.5, and when x is 1, y is 0.5. So you now substitute it into the formula for the gradients of a line, which is m equals y2 minus y1 over m2 x2 minus x1. So when y2 is equal to 0.5 minus 5.5 over x2 will be what? 1 minus y1 is what? Minus 1.5. So 0.5 minus 5.5 will give us minus 5. Then minus times minus here is what? Plus. So 1 plus 1.5 is what? 2.5. So minus 5 divided by 2.5 will give us minus 2. So that means the gradient of the line is what? Minus 2. So for the work practice, draw the graph of the line represented by y equals 3x plus 1. B. Find the gradient of the line. Number 2. Draw the graph of the line represented by minus y equals minus 2x plus 3. B. Find the gradient of the line. Number 3. Find the gradient of the line represented by 2x minus 5y is equal to 6. Please ensure you like, subscribe, and comment on this video. Thank you.